Hello everyone, welcome to Cornflower Crafts. Today I'm up in the craft room and this is take number 4. I keep messing up over and over again. This is the scrapbook that I'm altering to make into my, what I call my therapy junk journal. It is definitely a junk journal because I'm trying to use as many scraps as possible. And therefore, when that happens, everything, there's not, the theme is, Dear Heavenly God, please help my country. That's the theme. And help me in it. And everyone in it, to be honest. Everyone in it. And, I know hearing that, I'm going to have some people already click out of the video, and that's okay because a lot of people don't want me to talk about politics here on this channel, and that's okay. If you don't want to hear it, I understand, but because of everything our country is going through, I think we cannot sit back and not say anything. I think everybody needs to say something. Even if it's in opposition. I've had that on this channel. The talks we need to talk to one another. We need to do the right thing. And so this handsome, my husband hears it all the time, all the emotions I'm dealing with. And this helps me when I write it down. It helps. It only, it helps to a degree. And so, but like I said, I've failed 3 times already, but this is a 4th. Maybe I'll make it this time. I'm pretty sure I showed this in one of my videos. Not sure if I showed what started out to be a journaling card, ended up being 3 pockets. This is just for decoration, piece of fabric, a fussy cut flower, and I do this even if they're not perfectly folded. I still love doing that, and it covers up whatever the journaling is, and then I did the same over here, but I've already written in this one. And there's also a little pocket here, and I'm going to be doing some die cutting. Those tiny tags I have? Well, that's what's going to go in there. And that goes here. And then you all have seen me make these quite a few times. You can clip these on your journal page. You can make that into a belly band and put something this way. Or, and I'm sure this is not my idea. I don't remember who I saw do this first. It was some time ago, probably years ago. But you can put a piece of scrapbook paper here, but I want it nice and strong because this will be going in and out of there. So this is cardstock, but it's not heavy cardstock, And then I did the blue and pink because of this situation here on the page. Several layers of pink lace, and then the scrapbook paper here, and here. And then, of course, this just slides down in there. It might have been Natasha from Treasure Books that I saw do that. I'm not sure. Oh, and then I've got stuff written on these guys, so I'm going to switch over. And this is my marker here. And on this one, we have some, I might have shown this too. I don't know. If I have, guys, I'm sorry. This is fabric washi that I use sparingly. Yes, I do hoard it because it's one of my favies. And then you put a doily on, this is on scrapbook paper, and then fussy cut. This is cardstock. The leaves are die cuts. And then this little rose is from a Dollar Tree sticker that was dimensional, and I took the top off because I need it to be flat in here. And then this is just a piece of scrapbook paper. Yeah, but to write on it will be fine. And I thought with all of this going on that just the stripes looked good. And then this is a sticker from Hobby Lobby that they came out with Valentine's. And then over here I folded this scrapbook paper just like I showed you the other one. And I just wanted to pick this up, so I just put a few stripes here. And then the sticker here is from Amazon. And then that's just on there. I can write underneath it. I can write in it, all over it, really. That's a large piece. And then just clip it back with a little snippet of fabric. Oh, I can show this one, yeah. And this is a vintage piece of stationery that I fussy cut. I didn't do the inside because I want to write on there, but I fussy cut around there, and I love vintage stationery, and I found this at a thrift store. So, and then I've got all this writing in here. And then when it comes to these 2 pages, let me see if I can get over a little bit here. These, I think you all saw, I did these journaling cards. And see, I love to, when they're mine, or I'm going to keep, and sometimes I'll send them in something else, and if the receiver of them doesn't like this, they can cut it off, the threads, but I think they're very therapeutic to play with while you're writing something. But anyway, I think I did this in stamp play because that's all stamped. Okay. So on this one, what I did, you all know that I showed you, let's see, what was that video on? But I also showed you some new gift wrapping paper that I got, and this is one of them. I just think it is so sweet that they have this beautiful bundle of flowers, and they've tied it with a bow. And so what I did, I got, well, this is going to go here, and I don't know if this is showing up, you know, it's going to go across there. I didn't know if it was showing up in the camera or not. But what I did, since it's gift wrap paper, I wanted it to be stronger, so I did put the scrapbook paper on the back, and then I got out my sewing machine, and in pink I stitched around everything, and then I put it where I wanted it, and then cut the lace. The lace was hanging off some. The stencil here, first time I've ever used it, because I saw these, and I had these in one of my hauls too. It's a cake stencil, and remember, anything that's Sunny Side Up Bakery, it's 50% off this, so it's cheaper than Dollar Tree, y'all. But let me tell you something, and remember, I make fake bakes too, so that was the main reason I got it, but I was like, hey, we can use this with paper crafting as well. Well, when it comes to the top, I guess because you're going around, you know what I mean, your cake like so, it is not one piece. It has sections that are cut in, like the stem here. That would be cut into the stencil from the top. I understand it, but it's not as much fun to use on this situation because I use my daubers and I go like so. And what happens is it wants to get underneath the stencil. So, but not this part. That was this part over here. This part, it's solid. The cut is on a solid stencil. And this was a lot easier to do. Not that, but these guys at the bottom. So these will be my pockets to be there that I did with the gift wrap. I also have these that I cut out of that new gift wrap paper. And this is from an older one. Just a daisy, if I want a daisy somewhere. And you can always draw the stem and the leaves from it. And then I did them a little differently. Remember, I don't need to remember, I can show you right now. There it is. So here's the gift wrapping paper. And they did them very square. I like them a little bit rounded, personally. And so that's what I did when I fussy cut them out. Then I'll show you when I get to this pile over here what I did with them. Okay, so gift wrapping paper, as you know, tons of stuff you can do there. This is another piece of gift wrapping paper. I don't know if I've ever showed you all this paper. I do, let me see, this is also one of them for a journaling card. If I hold it a certain way, maybe you can see. It is actually embossed with a teeny tiny diamond shape, okay? And I mounted that first on cardstock, and then I ended up putting this, I wonder if the cardstock wasn't good. I did this some time ago, so I don't remember why I ended up also putting this scrapbook paper behind it, but to write on. But anyway, this is one of my journaling cards, and I haven't decorated it yet because I don't know what it's going to be tucked into. And if you're like me, once I determine that, then the decorations might be different. You know, sometimes I do them that way, sometimes I don't. So that's done with that. Here's what this is done with the, as you see, there's the lines to cut straight. Remember, I don't cut straight. I have a hard time with that. And quite a few of y'all told me you have a hard time with it too. And the only reason that this is not folding up, because, you know, since it's gift wrapping, it usually folds up like that, is because of this grosgrain ribbon. So we have lace, grosgrain ribbon. This is an applique I've had for quite some time. I have quite a few of them. I bought it in like they were all joined together, and so I cut them. And this will go, the reason it's so nice and long is because it will go not on this one, but it will go on one of the pages. And I might pick out this purple and lavender too, and that one. So, when it came to a journaling card with this one, I don't know if you all remember this wrapping paper or not, with the little bee. Again, if I have a pocket or something here, this will slip in just like that. And then I decorate it with the two, oh, there's a little glitter on it, with two of these bows. And then on the back, yeah, this is placed on, because that paper is more peachy pink, peachy pink cardstock. And for me, the best glue to use with the wrapping paper is the Fabri-Tac, and smooth it out some with your finger too. Don't want any glops or anything because it'll show up. Oh, I wanted to show y'all, well, I'll show you that last. Here's another one that I did with that one. I get to journal, see, this is actually on, I think. No, this must be on, but it's so thick. I have taken out pages, you know, with altering this, and I've also cut this up to make tags and journaling cards, but okay. Writing on the back, and then here's my little tuck spot to bring up the bows here. I did the bows in the corner, little bling in the center. This is a die that I don't remember where I got it, but it has teeny tiny little hearts. It's a nesting die. And then the daffodils, the jonquils, are stamped and colored. I had a video about that too. And then this is just a scrap that I cut oddly because I think that's fun. And this is a scrap that I tore in an odd way with the musical notes on it. And that's something else I did with the with that pretty wrapping paper. I just wanted to show y'all some of the things also that I'm working on. Do you all do this in your journals? Do you love getting, you know, the note paper like this, or things to do they'll have up there, and they usually have a magnet on the back to put on the fridge or what have you. And I just think this is so pretty, and it has lines, so I will actually write straight. You should see some of my writing. It's hilarious. It's anything but straight. And no, I don't do lines on it. I'm giving myself credit for my imperfections. You know, I think so many times, especially women my age, we think everything has to be just so neat. That needs to go. Excuse me. Do the best you can. Put your best foot forward, and then just accept it, I think. Personally, that's my opinion. This is a die cut. You all have seen this die before because I keep it by my desk to remind myself, because I had forgotten I had it. And let's see, does it say on the back? Yeah, this is Spellbinders. So I've had that one, I think, something like 6 years, something like that. And I usually color in here and, excuse me, do different things there, but I haven't decorated yet, but this will be on there. But again, I don't know if I'm going to do it this way, so that's how that happens. Do you all do that too when you're working on a journal? This is another piece of paper I had left over, a little scrap. So this one goes this way to be placed here or here. And this is a cut apart. This is fussy cut. She's fussy cut. And this little rose with the leaves here is part of a tag I got on some towels. I was like, oh, that's cute. This is what the towels look like, by the way. So they had a picture of them. So I just cut that out. I've got 2 of those to decorate with. And then these guys. And then, so I thought, well, I'll do one in like, it's not a square, it's a rectangle, but almost a square. And then I'll fussy cut these guys out, probably put something different right in the center. Do y'all do that? It's like, oh, I'm not going to waste that. That's pretty. I can use it. So she got one in her hat. I think you all saw me do these. Remember when I coffee dyed? This is, I think, wedding invitations that Hobby put on clearance for like 90% off or 80% off, something like that. I think it was more than the 75, if I'm not mistaken. I know some of mine were. And I coffee dyed them, and then I put the plastic placemat on it. And so I was thinking, you know, cute, like something like this. See, even if I wanted to do it that way, or do it this way, you know what I mean? Cute pocket. And then journaling card. This was the other, yeah, that was a card, because that was on one side of the card, and this on the other. And if you hear a bunch of noise, that's Handsome doing yard work. And so there's my lines again, so I can be happy. This is also one of those, I showed this on one of my hauls. This is also just a big pink bow, and then this is a die cut that I put in the center, and the die cut itself looks like it's stitched, but this is really stitched around it. I have poor eyesight, so I didn't do a great job, but I did okay. But when it came to here, the thread and the needle just broke. So I had to start over again. But I've got this for my therapy. My thread's hanging down. I hope you can see that. And then I put it on the pink polka dot, and then I can write all over it. It can be a tuck spot, or I can clip it in, or what have you. But that's what I did with that one. And then I also, this is one of my CD covers that I was down in the basement dyeing, you know, printing paper with, I think that's the paint. Yeah, this is paint. With watered down acrylic paint. And so I had this tiny little scrap of paper that I did the die cuts in the corners. And then I was like, okay, with this pale pink that it came out to. And you can see where some of the paint is on the plastic here, or whatever. I don't know what that is. and I let it go down certain, you know what I mean? I kept it going down. Let me see if I can show you. Yeah, I can see it right now, but I don't know if it's showing up. Where it wrinkled, the acrylic paint watered down would come down. See? And I left that alone. But I took my fingernail, and where I didn't want it, I scratched it very gently to get that off. But yeah, that's my journaling card within, and I think this is so beautiful. It doesn't need anything else. And put it on that pretty peachy pink paper. And then these die cuts I got off of Amazon. One of them is just a bunch of leaves. And what I did, this one wasn't dark enough. Again, my scraps. This is all from my scraps as much as possible. And I like this. Doesn't that look pretty there? Or even here, you know, with all those leaves around it. But it's already spoken for. But that's done with cracked pistachio. And so I was like, oh boy, I want it darker. So I took my Distress ink and speckled egg, and I went over. It was already green, but it wasn't dark enough because I wanted it to be a contrast with this. I didn't want it as dark as this dark here in the paper green, that dark green in the paper, but I wanted it dark. So, and I wanted my ivy. Just, you know, I could go ahead and take out my alcohol markers and do veins and all that stuff, but I didn't want that. I wanted a silhouette. So then it came time to, well, I want a pink rose there, and I tried. I just pull out the ones I stamped, pull out the ones I created myself, pull out the die cut, did all that stuff, and I was like, nope. Went to my scraps, found this in the scrap box, but it was a pale pink. And what I did was I got out my, whoa, everything's falling. Got out my Kitsch Flamingo Distress ink, put just a little bit on my dauber, and very gently went around so that it looks like it is more realistic, because it's, as you see, it's 2 and 3 toned instead of just that one pale pink tone, which goes with the ones in this paper better, I think. And that's what I've been up to with this journal. And I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. And I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. Bye-bye, everybody. Take good care.